Hey, coming up right now, Gen Z is bringing more to a job interview than just a resume.
Also coming up, dealing with excess baggage, why one passenger is picking a fight with a budget
A
airline.
little bit later on, caught between a rock and a hard spot. The reason one woman dove headfirst and was stuck for hours. We'll tell you her story.
Oh, goodness. Was it worth it? We'll find
Mm.
out. Daily Flash starts right now.
It's worth it.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your host, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English. We're welcoming you to Daily Flash. So glad to have you here. Red eye. Rat-a-tat-tat. We also got Matt. And Matty, you got some stuff happening this hour. What you got, baby?
Yes, we're doing preview review in a little bit. I'm going to see Red One tonight, so I'll give you a proper review of that
It's
tomorrow.
a Santa Claus movie, right?
The Rock is Santa's bodyguard.
Oh, I like it.
Okay. Good
So
concept.
let's hope. And the reviews for it so far,
We'll see.
yeah,
You'll come back and let us
The
know.
Rock lets us do it. I got a question though. Do you guys do your own laundry?
Yes.
Okay, I used to. I love doing laundry. My wife Eliza, when she wants to do the laundry, I can't. I can only fold them, which I love. So she'll throw all my stuff to the side. So answer
My
your question,
wife
kinda.
shrunk one of my shirts the other day because she decided to do my laundry,
Oh.
and she ruined one of my shirts. And
There
I'm
is
like,
something
"Don't
to that,
touch
right?"
my
Yes.
stuff.
There is
Yeah,
something to
there
that.
is,
Now
yeah.
we're all with a significant others
Yeah.
at our place, and we like to have things.
Yes.
I have to fold it a certain way.
Yeah, Alan's the same way.
Okay.
Yeah, he does not want me folding his laundry.
To me, it's therapeutic. I
Yeah.
love folding laundry. As a matter of fact, mine will send me a message on my watch
Yes, that-
to tell me that the wash is
is
done,
done.
and I go put it. And just on a side note, too, by the way, if you are buying like these home products from China or whatever, and they ask you to sign up, more than likely it is spying on you. They want to know everything about you. There's a whole thing about air fryers, these air fryers that people are
Yes.
buying
Yeah.
that are spying on people. Like they want to know your name and age and your birthday.
what
Why
you're
do you
eating.
need to know? It's an air fryer.
Yeah.
I'm
But they want to know
concerned-
what chicken you're using.
I have one of
Exactly.
those Dream Home iRobot
Oh, yeah,
vacuum
yeah,
cleaners,
yeah,
and it has a camera on it. And I always think, I've not activated the camera, but I always think somebody would clearly have access to all the information.
Somebody got hacked that one time.
They
You remember
did,
that?
that's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
It's very easy to do.
Yeah, speaking of hackers, headline in the New York Post, hackers are targeting people who type these 6 words into their
really?
computer.
Ooh, I want to hear this. Tell
You
me.
ready?
Yes, 6
Okay.
words. I'm writing
The
them down.
6 words. Are Bengal cats legal in Australia?
Oh, so it's a
Those
sentence.
are the 6 words. Are Bengal cats legal in Australia? These people who have Googled this phrase have had their personal information stolen after clicking on fraudulent links that appear near the top of the page.
Okay, that is weird.
Remember this. Urgent warning from the cybersecurity company called Sophos.
Oh wait, I
Please-
just did it. Oh no.
Matt, your
Wow.
laundry's going to come out wrong.
Your laundry's going to come back from China
Yeah, Jane.
with a camera
Well,
inside
now,
of it.
are
Yeah.
they?
Victims are often entitled.
Yeah, I want to
I don't know.
know.
Are they legal?
Like, if I'm going to Australia, can I buy a Bengal cat?
It's taking you to a website.
Yes.
I get it now.
They're
Okay.
enticed into clicking on malicious adware or links disguised as legitimate marketing, or in this case, a legitimate Google search.
That
So
is
the
so
Google
weird.
search link is what is phishing them into whatever hackers
that
have
down.
By the
devised.
way,
That
you
is
can get one for
crazy.
$2,800.
Our $2,800.
That's
That's a bargain.
$2,800.
You're broke
And
now.
your bank account has now been drained.
Yes.
No
Yes,
more.
no more.
So do not follow that. It makes a lot of sense. I could see that. I got caught one time. It was PayPal, right? But they used
Yes.
the number 1 for the PayPal,
Yes,
which
yes.
looks like an L.
L.
And you
Papal?
go, no, if you type it on your thing, L and 1 look the same.
Same.
Papal.
Papal 1, yeah. And it was one of these sites, so keep that in mind
Yeah.
as well. All right, we're going to jump into the show. It's a parenting trip that gives mommy and me a whole new meaning. Check this out. Millennial and Gen Z moms are actually bringing their babies to job interviews. It's one of the more bizarre trends in the workplace when it comes to looking for a job. You got Gen Z who are asking their parents to join them on job interviews for support.
Crazy.
And then you have new moms from the same demographic demographic bringing in their babies along as they search for work. Now, the average cost for a babysitter service can be up to $13,000 a year. That's true. And in some of the bigger cities. And what's worse is when they grow up and moms and dads are still babysitting them by dropping off their food every morning before
James's
work.
mom brings him
James.
pancakes.
Never seen anything about this.
Don't be jealous.
We are jealous.
I'll make sure she brings enough next.
Is
next
there
to-
steam coming off
There
of
is.
that?
She drops it off every
So we're
morning.
just off the.
No.
Here's the thing. So, okay, so you're a boss. If you're a boss and you have somebody coming in
Yeah.
with a child, I can understand that. But it also says if you can't take it to a job interview, what's going to happen if I hire you?
That's a great point. Like, poor planning on your part does not constitute
Yes,
emergency
exactly.
on mine. So, I mean, it's one thing if the company offers daycare or something like that, and they encourage you to bring your child with you. But yes, I could see how it could send the message of, I'm not prepared. My child is my priority, which it should be.
100%.
However, when it comes to a job interview, there is a certain line of professionalism that you're going to need to present yourself that might, and the same goes for bringing your parents to an interview for support.
Why would you
Like,
want your
why
parents there
would
in the
you
first
do
place?
that?
It's like,
Yeah.
like you gotta it tells me you're not independent enough to
Yes.
think on your own, and you need other people to search for you.
Now,
right?
if the job involves childcare, obviously bringing your child would show how you care for your child, show you some sort of interaction, so I could understand that. But I think bringing a child to a job interview
it's
is
not good.
probably not a
and,
good.
and if I was interviewing, it seems
Yeah.
like that would be a distracting thing as well.
Yes.
So I understand. I get both sides
Yeah,
of it, but
absolutely.
you just can't do it. You can't. You know what? This world is. We want everybody to cave around around certain people when it's like that's not how the world works.
It worked for Will Smith in that movie.
Which
He
one?
took his son.
The Search of Happiness, Pursuit of Happiness. That is true.
It worked, so you never know.
Most of that movie spent with him like not getting a job.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
how he was.
that
a
is
homeless
true.
guy.
But he made it at the end.
And
right?
then old white guys
All
giving
time
him a
millionaire.
job.
He didn't make it.
Brendan said that movie basically was about him not having a job,
That's
so it
true.
makes a good
very
thing.
true.
All right.
An EasyJet passenger who was upset for being charged a baggage fee is taking his fight to social media. Jake Hughes claims he should not have been charged $62 for his carry-on bag. He says the staff told him it would not fit in the overhead bin. Now, in a rush to board his flight, Hughes agreed to pay the upcharge.
Okay, watch this.
Hughes then recorded video of his suitcase fitting within the baggage compartment. Jake argues that the airline demanded he delete the footage in exchange for a refund. EasyJet says they apologized for the mishap and offered a full refund.
I'm not 100% sure, but I would love, and so I'm not going to say this happens, but my understanding is there is a bonus. There is a pay
Yes.
structure. Am I right on this?
100%.
That gives,
you
if you're gate
serious?
agents, if you get a certain...
For
because you're-
Spirit and
But
Frontier.
you're looking for that because in essence, it's like, okay, if they do check it, it makes it easier for boarding, which makes it faster. So if you
Yes.
see that we're looking for
Okay.
that. But to me, that would be like an incentive
Yes.
to make sure that people pay
I
that.
got gypped over $100 from Spirit doing the same exact thing where I was like, no, it fits. They're like, no, it's a little too big. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, it's not. It fits.
All they have
No,
to
it's
do is
$100,
say...
and you're at the gate, and you're like, well, forget it. Here's
It's really up
$100.
to the gate agent.
So as this opens up the airlines to class action lawsuits, you finally have proof this has happened multiple times. And with so many people doing it, they're making a killing, so they have to give all that money back.
Okay, but
I think they
I
would.
think the argument is this. There's so much in the fine print, and if you're flying an airline that's only charging you $65 for a seat,
That's a very good
in
point.
all that fine print, there is something that says we have every right to determine whether or not your bag is big enough or will fit in an overhead bag. I
Greyhound
guarantee you
of
it's in there.
the
I know it.
More
I
than
get
likely,
it.
he paid more for it. Well, he didn't have to wind up paying, but he would have paid more for that baggage than he would for the
A
ticket.
seat.
Yeah,
and
seat,
that's
right.
where they get you
And that-
because they say,
Just know.
hey, it's just a $50 seat. Then by the time you pick your seat and you pick which row you sit in and you bring your baggage, it's a $400 or $500 ticket.
So keep that in mind.
A woman was left stranded between two huge rocks after trying to retrieve her iPhone. The woman dropped her phone while hiking with friends, so she went headfirst between the rocks to grab it. That's when she got stuck. Cell phone reception was limited, but her friends were able to get in touch with rescue crews. It took emergency crews more than 7 hours to get the woman out after being wedged between the rocks headfirst. She walked away with some scratches and bruises. As for the phone, never found.
Never found at all, at all. And you know, people will do this. I mean, they're an investment. You think you're going to do it. But would you risk your life for it? And obviously she would have.
If you've got the insurance, you could probably get an easy replacement.
your best
But
bet.
I think our instinct is to automatically grab for it. It just is, because there's such a part of our appendage that
Your
we
whole life is
yeah,
gone here, if you
exactly.
think about that as well. And it makes sense.
Yeah.
I would have been
What
mean.
she wanted.
I saw her feet up. I would have tickled her feet. There's nothing she can do. I'm sorry. You just
James,
tell
you
me not to
would
go
have.
for the
Yes.
promo.
James would have started an OnlyFans for
Yes.
us.
There's people are searching for that
Make
picture. I want to see your
money.
feet. We still have some great stuff coming up. We
Yes.
love doing real talk. Why?
Yes, because it's fact versus fiction when it comes to Hollywood, and we're dissecting Unfrosted
Matt's-
with Jerry Seinfeld.
Matt, you got a doing it coming up.
I have a doing it. It's about Chuck O'Neal.
Shaq O'Neal.
Shaq.
Chuck Diesel.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille
Okay.
O'Neal.
DJ
And
Diesel.
We'll help you make your home a little bit better very easily with Gator. We got that coming up right here on Daily Flash. Stick around.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. It is time for some real talk. This is where we break down Hollywood movies based on a true story and find out what's fact and what's fiction.
All right, now this week we're taking a closer look at the comedy Unfrosted, starring Jerry Seinfeld.
In the early 1960s, the American morning was defined by milk and cereal. And the two undisputed giants of the cereal world were Kellogg's and Post.
Major news from the breakfast world. The Post Cereal Company has reportedly invented a shelf-stable fruit pastry breakfast product.
No.
Yeah.
Boy.
Comedian Jerry Seinfeld, he stars as Bob Cabana, who's in charge of development at Kellogg's and comes up with the idea for a new breakfast item called the Pop-Tarts. The story actually unfolds in Battle Creek, Michigan, where the two cereal giants, Post and Kellogg's, are actually located. Now, Seinfeld, who directs Unfrosted, says that his idea for this movie was based on how absurd it was to think about a bunch of grown men in suits sitting around a boardroom talking about cereal. Who are all these people? Seinfeld said he actually used some inspiration from some of his favorite movies and shows like The Right Stuff and The Godfather and Mad Men, all to create some fun moments for the Unfrosted movie.
And there's a Mad Men scene in there, too.
Yes.
Oh,
Which
it's
is awesome.
terrific. Yeah.
So let's take a closer look at the character of Bob Cabana, played by Jerry Seinfeld.
We're talking about happy childhoods for millions of American kids. The important thing is the name.
Fruit Magoos! What?
No.
Heat 'em up and eat 'em ups!
No sale.
Oblong nibblers.
Is this a joke?
Bob Cabana is based on Bill Post, an Army Air Force veteran who worked with Kellogg's to create a shelf-stable pastry. He also figured out how to mass produce it and would take samples home to his kids to see how much they would react to the flavors and textures. Before being hired by Kellogg's, Bill worked for a biscuit company, which would later become Keebler.
I find it interesting his last name was Post, which is another cereal,
Right? Isn't that
Yeah.
odd? In the movie, there's also a rivalry between the two breakfast giants and a race to get their product on store shelves. So who came up with the idea first?
It's Post. They did it.
I'm about to finally crush that big red K that never stops glaring at me! How do you think Post did it? There's always a surprise inside the box. I wonder if they use xanthan gum.
Xanthan.
Post came up with Country Squares in 1963 and shared their idea with fans before the product would hit the market as Toast 'em Up Pops. However, the timing of their announcement proved to be a major win for Kellogg's. They released Pop-Tarts in 1965 while Post was still in the test market phase. Kellogg's featured 4 Pop-Tart flavors, which are still available today: strawberry, brown sugar, cinnamon, apple, and blueberry. Kellogg's originally called them fruit scones, but they found kids liked them more than
horrible
adults.
name.
Yeah, it
and they
is.
changed the name to Pop-Tarts, and the marketing team back in the 1960s played on the pop art movement with a nod to the pastries popping out of the toaster.
Very interesting. Okay. Well, also in the movie, Hugh Grant plays an aging British actor by the name of Thurl Ravenscroft.
And he's great.
Yeah, and he also becomes the famous voice behind Tony the Tiger.
Have you seen today's copy?
Oh, we'll get it, Thurl. We've got the best cereal writers in the business.
We do indeed. We are so blessed. They're great. Just great.
That's it. That's the line we've been looking for. Let's go again.
Yes, quickly now. Quickly while I feel it. Sugar Frosted Flakes. They're great.
Now, while Hugh Grant's character seemed a little over the top, Thurl Ravenscroft was really the man behind the voice of Tony the Tiger. He voiced the cereal mascot from 1952 until his death of 2005. Unfrosted features Thurl as a snobbish British actor who played a cereal character while performing to do Shakespeare for a theater crowd. This is fiction. Thurl was not British. He was actually born in Nebraska. His booming voice also featured in the song You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. Now you know who he is, right? And he also had the voice of several Disney attractions like the Pirates of the Caribbean and the Haunted Mansion. After Ravenscroft passed away in 2005, Kellogg's ran an ad honoring Thurl with the headline, quote, "Behind every great character is an even greater man." And that voice is, right.
Yes.
I mean, it's like ensconced in my mind forever. And it's interesting, too, back about cereal. On Seinfeld, cereal was such a big play on the show, too. It was just always in the background or whatever, or eating it.
It's such a great story, and I know they took some, artistic liberties with the filming, but the story is there. It's based in that because I heard Seinfeld talking in a couple interviews about this, and he's like, we went here, we went there, we took this, we took that,
And he got all his comedian friends like that you wouldn't normally see.
Half of SNL is in the whole movie.
I love Bill Burr playing JFK.
Yes.
And there's a scene they go to the White House, but it's just a fun, delightful movie.
It is.
I really enjoyed it, and the fact that you sort of learn where the origins of the real Pop-Tart came from, and this big rivalry between the two cereal giants.
My breakfast in high school was a unfrosted strawberry Pop-Tart and a Pepsi every morning.
Oh my!
Breakfast of
For
champions.
4 years.
God.
For 4 years in high school, that was my
Pop-Tarts
breakfast.
with those cereal, the product where, it's on the go, so it makes a lot of sense. So,
Jerry Seinfeld's favorite Pop-Tart, do you guys know?
I would say blueberry.
Nope.
No?
Strawberry.
Nope.
Which one?
Brown sugar cinnamon.
Brown sugar cinnamon. It would have been my last
fits
one.
him.
Yes.
That
For
fits
the
him.
win, do you like that one? Do you guys eat Pop-Tarts? Frosted blueberry.
I like the frosted kind, yeah.
And he says frosted, definitely.
Yeah, you have to have the frosted on it. Otherwise
I didn't
it's
like the
just-
frosted. I didn't like the extra crunch it had. I didn't like the crunch.
Okay. He doesn't like the crunch.
They came out with the toastal strudels to kind of come up. Pillsbury did.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something about toastal strudels here because they're great. You heat them up. That little pack, you can never open up the little pack thing.
You can't do the thing.
To where it looks nice.
It's
so
never
what do
gonna
you
work.
wind up doing? You rip it open. It's too big. Then you just wind up doing this and then smearing it up and down.
The best part of this movie, though, is the kids eating it out of the trash.
Yes.
I love that they just eat it out of the trash. Like, oh, this is great out of the trash.
Well, they're good. Awesome.
The gelatinous mixture.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have got more Flash coming up. We're going to be doing it. Matt's talking about Shaquille. We'll also have more fun.
Diesel.
Don't go
Because
anywhere.
we're great.
Right.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. I am Matt Doolittle, and it's time for Doing It. And this time, we are doing it with Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq isn't just a retired basketball star. He's practically an American unofficial mascot. So how did he go from dunking on the court to dunking himself into the hearts and every product we can imaginably think about? Think about it. Shaq is everywhere. He's selling you everything from pizza to pain relief insurance to icy hot patches. And let's not forget his epic dance moves or his DJ alter ego, DJ Diesel.
Get ready, drop the confetti. Introducing Home Theater, My Style, the new Soundtech motion leather living room.
By Shaq.
Would I rather buy 80 expensive, annoying tiny cartridges or use these replacement ink bottles and save up to $1,000?
At Papa John's, the Shaq-a-roni is back.
Okay, but why is Shaq coming too?
To show you how it's done. Feel the power of contrast therapy. So you can rise from pain. Icy hot.
Password. Don't fake the funk on a nasty dunk.
Oh, wash your head, Mr. O'Neal.
There is one notable exception. The Big Slam from Pepsi. One ice-cold liter of Pepsi big enough to handle the biggest thirst.
Ain't life grand?
Some of those commercials are just they're just epic. The guy is larger than life in every possible way. He's like the friendly giant of pop culture, always ready to make us laugh, whether he's belly flopping on live TV, pulling pranks on unsuspecting folks, or showing off those awkward dance moves. Shaq is unstoppable and everywhere like some kind of hilarious superhero who just happens to be 7'1" and 300 pounds. He's a national icon we never knew we needed, but let's be honest, we're all lucky we have him, and he really, really does out the niceness. Check this out.
Get 2 of these. 2 of these. Yeah.
He does it all the time.
So a guy like Shaq he's done amazing stuff, and I don't know, do I have a couple of his products here that I have in my house, and a couple jerseys, a couple shoes, a couple. I got the Shaq Gnosis on, but he's really done a lot. And what I want to say is, as he heads to the end of his NBA TNT career, he's really done a lot charitable wise. I've had the chance to meet him. We've had the chance. James, our producer there, he's been friends with his mom for a while now, so we all get to know Shaq a little bit here, being in Orlando. And really, Shaq Gnosis lives on, guys.
I think we need to get a Shaq-a-roni pizza for the celebrating.
We need Shaq-a-roni pizza. That's what I think we need.
I agree with you 100%. All right, thanks you, Matt. And now let's check in now with our friends at The Daily Buzz right here on Daily Flash.
The 27th Annual SCAD Savannah Film Festival had A-list attendees. Kevin Costner picked up a Legends Award and told us about his experience screening his Horizon and American Saga film series for students.
I guess that's the only thing I can offer anybody at a certain moment is like a level of experience, right? It just doesn't make you Yoda.
Zoe Saldana received the Vanguard Award, screened her new movie Amelia Perez, and held a Q&A with aspiring filmmakers.
These experiences give me the opportunity to feel connected to people that I may never ever meet directly. That's why I do art.
The star of The Apprentice and A Different Man, Sebastian Stan, was named the festival's Maverick.
I feel grateful because I love the movies that I've worked on. I think the students have been so joyful and generous, and so it's been nice.
Get more information at filmfest.scad.edu.
Follow The Daily Buzz on social media.
Britney Spears back on the gram.
Oh, is that right?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, and she's sharing a crazy story about burning her eyebrows off after a run-in with her bedroom fireplace. In the video, she's telling the story with a British accent. Take a listen.
Pretty dangerous. I was in my room and I turned the fire on, and all of a sudden it blew up in my face. It's done it before, and the times I did it before, I quit, so I always get my security to come in and light it for me, because I was scared it was going to blow up. But this time, I just threw the whole thing in there, and it literally blew into my face, and it took all my eyelashes off, my eyebrows. And see this baby hair, these baby bangs? This is from basically 6 months ago.
Yeah, all right.
Britney says the near miss happened about 6 months ago. She explains her security normally handles this kind of thing, but she decided to give it a try herself, and it didn't go so well.
Okay, so we don't know if that was her doing the voice, or was it one of those AI where it changes her voice?
No, I think it was her doing the voice.
I don't understand that. Maybe you sound different when you're laying down and a phone's on the top. I'm trying to give her some kind of...
I know. She's done the British accent thing before, and I'm not sure if she's just doing it for a ruse or if there's something where it's just...
Madonna went through that phase too. Remember that?
right,
Maybe
yes.
she's mocking her. I don't know. Hey, we still got Help My Home coming up, as well as Stream for the Weekend. If you go anywhere, you miss out on it. We love having you here, so stick around.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
I'm Andrea
Yes, she
Jackson.
is.
Hey, this is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment.
Man, we're so glad to have you here. We are rocking and rolling, getting our way through the week. And if this holiday season, well, I should say first off,
Tis the season.
Tis the season.
Tis the season.
It's right around the corner. right?
For grads and dads?
For grads and dads, and the holiday Santa will be here before you know it. But the movie Wicked is out right now,
Yes.
and there's always, as always, there's promotional things that go along with it.
Yes.
Right. Well, our friends at Mattel, did you hear about this? So Mattel, on the back of their products for little kids,
Yes.
they tell you, hey, you want to find out more? Go to the website.
Yes.
And if you want to check out Universal's movie, Wicked movie, it's wickedmovie.com. And I'm just going to say they left one of the words off. So think Wicked movie, 2 words, put them in one. That's where you go find out. If you leave one of those off, you'll go to a completely different Wicked.
It's like
Yes.
whitehouse.com.
It's an X-rated Wicked.
Yeah.
The kids
Oh
do
my.
not need to go to it at all. I don't know if they just added it or not, but I had to do my research.
It's a work thing, right?
It was a work thing. I'm now on several lists, but it says you must be 18 years or old. So be careful on that. What they're suggesting to do is to get a marker if you've bought this for your kids and it says the wrong address, like mark it out. They're obviously doing a reprint on everything. That is huge. Yeah. Now, not as bad as there's a website. I think it's in New Jersey called Penn Island. That's a real website.
For Penn?
For Penn Island. No, it's a place called Penn Island.
Oh, it is. Okay, so
Penn,
it's a location.
called Penn Island.
Do we need to talk about the joke you played on all of
No,
us
we
back
do not.
in the day with the websites?
No. Me at Sven does not work anymore.
I didn't say it. You did.
Here's the thing
So be
about
careful.
the Mattel toy
Yes.
box. Those kids are smart enough to know exactly what's going on. So you could put a marker
Oh,
through
100%.
it, but they've already been there. They beat you to it.
Here's what you need to do, though, is you need to go, and I'm sure they pulled them off the
Collector's
collect
item.
them because you can sell them things on eBay for
They're doing it right now, $500.
$500, James is saying. That's interesting. You know that already, James.
And when Dad's playing with the dolls.
Now, if you are looking for toys or dolls for mom and dad, you might want to go to the website on the back of that line.
Yes, exactly. Speaking of misprints, did you hear about the butter recall?
No.
Costco had to recall thousands of packages of, I think it's their salted butter.
Which is only really just one slot.
It's just one.
It's just one package.
Anyway.
Because on the back of the label, it didn't mention that it has milk as one of their ingredients. Now, what planet do you live on where you don't know that milk is in butter?
Exactly. Otherwise, it's margarine, right?
Yes.
So, yeah,
Thank you.
100%. I mean, I think that's one of the things you learn growing up. They always tell you that sort of thing, but that's hilarious.
To me, like, we've sort of crossed this line of insanity when it comes to this stuff. Really, you don't know milk is in butter, so you're going to remove thousands and thousands and thousands of inventory.
The only thing I could see about that is that there's so many things that are replaced, like the Impossible Burger. Now, you know what I'm saying? I can understand that, but common sense would tell you that butter has milk. Butter is made out of milk. Milkmaid.
Primary ingredient.
Which, by the way, you go to wicked.com.
Yeah.
You go to wicked.com and then me and Spin.
You'll see the butter and the milkmaid in a whole different light. It is a parenting trend that we'll talk about, in a later segment.
Well, here's the thing. It's looking out for those sort of things that pop up, and that's what we're here for, is try to tell you that about
I
that
think
sort of thing.
moms and dads are, trying to keep an eye out, but, they know their kids are much smarter than them when it comes to these devices.
We are looking out for you.
Yes.
Help My Home's coming
And
up.
dads and
Yes.
grads.
We're going to talk about weather stripping, shutters, and a dishwasher hack with our friend Gator.
Plus, we'll be doing our streaming for the weekend. Find out what you could be streaming, so you'll have a pleasant weekend. We'll have more Flash coming up. Stick around.
This is Tim. Tim is all about time, and if you've ever had a chance to look into Tim's cold, dead eyes, you'll see that it's time for you to follow us on social media. Sure, there's 10,000 social sites out there, and we don't have the time to name them all. Seriously, just ask Tim. So take the time to look for Daily Flash TV on your favorite social sites and start following us. That's all the time, Tim. Goodbye.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. In this week's Help My Home, we are showing you how to replace weather stripping, install outdoor shutters, and a super cool dishwasher hack. And we're calling on our favorite home improvement guy, Gator, for help.
Hey, this is Gator with a few easy hacks to help you help your home. I'm going to show you how to replace the weather stripping around your exterior doors. They're not all going to be exactly like what I have here, but I'll discuss the few different types. So let's get right into it. Most of your newer style doors, probably the last 25 years or so, are going to have weather stripping kind of like this. There's a little slot cut right here, and the weather stripping just pushes right in. So you want to come up here to the top corner and pull this tab out. You might need a screwdriver or something. You pull it back like this, and then you just pull the weather stripping out just like this all the way down. And you'll notice it's got a little flat part here with some ribs, and that's what pushes in this track. Now, if you don't have this track, you can get a little metal tab that nails on here. It's got some rubber. It'll seal your door. Or you can get the double-sided foam that's got like tape on the back, and it'll stick down here. Doesn't work as good as this, but it works really well. This piece costs about $5. You can get 3 of them, and you just cut it with your scissors. That's basically all there is to it. They come in white, black, brown. You can match whatever you have. This stuff will last a while. Takes about 5 minutes, costs you about 15 bucks. Simple. All right, then. Next! I've had multiple questions about how do you attach your shutters to your brick house, or how do you replace your shutters, and how do you get them hooked to the house if it's brick. This is a very simple process, so I'll show you exactly how it's done right now. So the first thing you need to do is look at your shutter that's on your house. It's got these little things on the corners here that hold it in. Now, I painted these black, it's hard to see, but this is what they look like. It's like a plastic nail, okay, and it's got ribs on it. There's a hole drilled in your brick, and then this just pushes into the hole through your actual shutter. You don't have to put any anchors in there or anything like that. Now, the first thing you need to do is get a pry bar or a screwdriver or something. You just want to go back here behind your shutter and just kind of pry it off. And you'll see this little nail kind of pops out of there. Then you can pop them all off and you can pull the shutter off. Now, you take your new one, just like this, you put your shutter back on, you put that right there in the hole, and then you can just take something and you just tap this nail back in there, and it's going to bite with these ribs on the hole in your brick, and that's what's going to hold it on there. It's simple. That's basically all you got to do. If you've already got shutters on your brick house, you're already going to have the holes. These are the nails that hold them on. You can buy these at your hardware store in a pack of 10 or 20 or whatever. They're not very much. Get you some kind of pry bar, take it off, replace your nails. It's going to hold just fine. All right, then. Next! So I just installed this brand new dishwasher. And I'm going to show you guys something about this drain line under the sink that you can check on your own dishwasher. So let's get right to it. So if you look under your sink, right, this is the brand new dishwasher. This is the drain line that comes through the cabinet, and it runs along here and just hooks up here to the plumbing pipe somewhere, okay? Yours might not hook up like this. It could be anywhere on this line. You might only have one sink, but you got a drain line, and most of them are going to look just like this. And what happens when they're like this is when you got a lot of water in your sink and you're draining it out or whatever, the water actually fills up in these pipes as it's going out of here, and it will actually go inside this drain line and go down the pipe, and it will put dirty water inside your dishwasher. So let me show you how to fix it. Here's how you fix the problem. You unhook your drain line from your pipe right here. This one has a little hose clamp. You just loosen it up and you pull your line loose, okay? And then you want to pull from the cabinet and get you a little bit of extra line here, okay? And what you want to do is you want to make a loop in this line just like this, okay? Just make you a loop just like that, and tie your line up here above the sink with a zip tie or something and make a little loop just like this. Now when the water backs up and goes in your pipe, it's not going to go up that loop and all the way down. It's just going to stay right there. Problem solved. All right, then. Next! Be sure to catch my home hacks and more right here on the Daily Flash.
Gator, thank you. Still plenty more to come here on Daily Flash. We're streaming for the weekend. Find out what Mitch, myself, and Matt are all watching online. Welcome back to Daily Flash. Do you seem to get sick every time you fly? Well, you are not the only one. Dr. Ken Redcross is here to share his savviest tips on how to stay healthy on your next flight. This is our Dr. Ken Redcross to the Rescue Health Minute.
Choose your seat carefully on your next flight to minimize your exposure to flu. Pick a window seat that is close to the front or back of the aircraft. Why? Germs are spread through human activity and movement, and a study observed that people in these areas had the least amount of contact with other passengers. Traveling can be hectic and airplanes are very dry, so it's easy to forget to drink enough water. Alcoholic drinks will further contribute to dehydration. Ask for water anytime the beverage cart comes by. Drink at least 4 to 8 ounces of water for every hour in the air. Hand washing reduces the number of germs on your hands and prevents them from spreading to your eyes, nose, and mouth. If you're too far from a sink or want to avoid the airplane lavatory, hand sanitizer is a good second choice. It should be at least 60% alcohol to be effective. Pack smart with a flu reliever like Oscillococcinum by Boron. This homeopathic medicine works best when taken at the first sign of flu-like symptoms such as body aches, headache, fever, chills, and fatigue. No water is necessary as the sweet-tasting pellets simply melt under the tongue. The TSA-friendly individual doses are compact and can be tucked away in your carry-on. Even if you practice the best hygiene, the flu will always remain a travel hazard. If you do find yourself sick with symptoms of a flu-like illness, stay home until you are fever-free for at least 24 hours. I'm Ken Redcross with your Dr. Redcross to the Rescue Health Minute.
Well, it's time to celebrate Singles Day with the world's biggest shopping event. Lifestyle expert Valerie Greenberg joins us with deals and discounts during the online shopping event. Okay, Valerie, it's Singles Day, really a bigger online shopping event than Cyber Monday?
It certainly is. It's the biggest shopping day of the year. And from now until November 18th, you can shake that app. So just download the AliExpress app and you can shake it up to 3 times to take advantage of the biggest sale from AliExpress. Now, it's really a time where everyone can engage in this by celebrating self-care and expressing some TLC for themselves. And what I love is that you can actually get a flight credit for up to $10,000. That's a mega prize if you shake that app. Or you could also win a $3,000 shopping credit. And you could also be entered into the Dollar Shopping Channel and get something incredible like a gaming system or HP 14-inch computer to keep shopping AliExpress. Just download it from the App Store or the Google Play Store, and they're offering up to 90% off of incredible items throughout this sale. So Singles Day being the biggest shopping day, yes, you can celebrate yourself, but it's really for everyone. It's evolved into self-care and self-expression, and all of the items, so many different categories from AliExpress allow you to take advantage of that.
What consumer shopping trends are you seeing this year?
Yeah, so we're seeing that over 50% of people want a big sale to happen before Cyber Monday, hint, hint, Singles Day. And that's why this sale on AliExpress is so important. 27% of people were saying that they want shopping and sales to take place over a longer period of time so they can sort of spread out their spending, which I love. It's no secret that we all want to save money, and that's why I'm so grateful for this sale that's going on with AliExpress now. So it's very important to download that app so that you can take advantage of all these amazing products. I'm talking beauty trends. I mean, we have at-home manicure kits so you can save big money, and LED nail dryers. You can save in 2025. Bedazzled shopping purses so that your friend can be fashion forward, and slippers. Plus, we're also seeing incredible travel trends. People really want to travel this year. And if you win that $10,000 flight credit, you can buy all of your travel items from AliExpress, this beautiful suitcase, and even a feline furrier carrier for your pet that you love so much and you want to take with you during your travels.
Valerie, where can viewers go for more info?
For more information, be sure to visit aliexpress.us and download the app in the App Store and Google Play.
Thanks again, Valerie, and we'll have this on our website at dailyflashshow.com.
All right, question for you. Do you think charging an electric car more or less convenient than maybe a gas-powered car? Well, here's Brian Moody with Auto Trader. He's got the answer.
When it comes to charging an electric car, they can be both more and less convenient than a gasoline-powered car. Most electric cars come with a home charging cable like this one. You just plug one end into a household-style 110 outlet, then you take this end and you plug it into the car. The problem is, this may take as much as 30 hours to fully charge. Another good solution is to get a level 2 charger installed in your home. This makes the car charge much quicker. Public charging stations are another way to charge electric cars. All you have to do is follow the on-screen instructions. Next, you have to pay. For some cars and chargers, this can be prepaid, so you can skip this step. But even if you do have to pay, it's as easy as paying via credit or debit card at a retail store.
You may know him from his many appearances on TV, from Iron Chef America to Chopped. It's 3-time Emmy, James Beard nominee, and best-selling author Chef Jet Tila. He joins us with some easy, nutritious, and delicious recipes for cozy comfort foods.
Thanks so much for having me. So as the weather cools down, it's time to heat up in the kitchen. And I'm excited to partner with Quaker Oats to bring you some really delicious recipes. I'm gonna start with this one on my right. This is a spicy beef chili, but using steel cut oats. And you're like, why would you do that? Well, how about some extra deliciousness, really great mouthfeel, and all the health benefits. So it's heart healthy, it's full of fiber, and it's also a whole grain. So think about oats in chili. Also think about it in really great dishes like meatloaf, and how about meatballs? But we can also take it over to the sweet side of the kitchen, and I've made here a brown butter scone using old-fashioned oats. And when you try this recipe, you're gonna be like, wow, why does that feel and taste different? It's gonna be light, it's gonna be fluffy, but it's also gonna be filling, it's gonna be nutritious. So that brown butter scone, Quaker Oats, I've grown up with my entire life. And now I'm feeding it to my kids. You know, as a son of immigrants, for my family, 50, 60 years ago, we discovered Quaker Oats, and they've been a staple in our house ever since. So for really great holiday recipes, for comfort recipes, for any meal period, go to QuakerOats.com and you're going to find really great inspiration and really great recipes. Take care.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. Before we head into the weekend, we'd like to give you our picks for Stream for the Weekend. This is where we tell you about something you got to check out on your streaming services. So start off with AJ. What you got?
Okay, my pick for this weekend is The Agency, starring Michael Fassbender.
Lie to everyone. Pretend to be someone you're not. Risk your life on a daily basis. No glamour. No exploding watch.
Agency is a remake of the hit French TV series called The Bureau. The original series features a bureau of legends who are deep undercover agents on long-term missions who live under false identities for years. You can watch the original on Apple TV or AMC Plus ahead of the show's debut on Paramount and Showtime, Paramount Plus and Showtime later this month. But it is mind-blowing.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, well, my pick this week is on Netflix, and it's all about shopping. Check out Buy Now, The Shopping Conspiracy.
Buying new stuff feels great, right? The problem is that every year we're consuming more, producing more, and there's a flip side to that that no one wants you to see.
I was president of the Adidas brand.
I started at Apple.
I worked at Amazon for 15 years. It's a highly refined science.
So it's all about buy, and it's the science of getting in your head about why we buy all this stuff on Amazon.
Need the latest.
We need this stuff. We need the shoes. We need this. It's all about that.
Sounds like we might learn something there. All right. My pick, well, gone are the curly hair. Looks like Kerry Russell has gone from Felicity to The Diplomat.
Explosion in central London.
Can we find the Home Secretary? I'd like to be able to tell the ambassador whether her husband is alive or dead.
Can you hear me?
No.
Kerry Russell stars as a new U.S. ambassador in the UK and must defuse an international crisis, form alliances, and deal with her marriage to a fellow diplomat played by Hal Rufus Sewell.
So involved.
Rufus Sewell.
She always ends up getting these diplomatic roles and stuff, like the Americans.
Well, she was in Mission Impossible too. She was really good in that.
That's right.
So
In a small role, though, in Mission Impossible.
Remember, her eye blew out. It always freaked me out. That does it for our show. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, for more information on any of today's stories, make sure you visit our website, dailyflashshow.com.
Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.